Have you ever felt the exhausting need to be liked? Not admired, not respected, just accepted. That quiet pressure to smile when you don't feel like smiling, to agree when you want to disagree, to laugh when nothing is funny, to become someone else, because somewhere along the way you learned something dangerous. If they like me, I'll be safe. So you adjusted, softened your voice, swallowed your opinions, apologized for things that weren't your fault. Little by little, you disappeared. This is the story of someone who did everything right and still lost himself. He was the nice one, always available, always understanding, always patient. Friends called him kind. Teachers called him polite. Bosses called him reliable. But no one ever asked, "Are you happy?" Because he looked fine. He smiled. He helped. He listened. And inside, he was exhausted. He said yes when he wanted to say no. Stayed silent when he wanted to speak. Accepted disrespect disguised as jokes. Accepted pressure disguised as advice. Accepted neglect disguised as everyone's busy, because being liked felt safer than being honest. Every room became a performance. Every conversation became a calculation. What should I say? What should I hide? What will make them stay? And the most dangerous question of all, what version of me will they like? At first it worked. People liked him. They invited him, relied on him, enjoyed his presence. But something strange began to happen. The more he tried to please everyone, the less anyone truly saw him, because approval without authenticity is just invisibility with applause. They liked the mask, not the man. Days turned into years, years turned into identity. He no longer knew what he liked, what he wanted, what he believed. His personality had become a mirror of everyone else's expectations. Then came the breaking point. Not dramatic, not explosive, quiet. Like most life-changing moments, it happened on an ordinary day, an ordinary conversation, an ordinary request. Can you help me with this? Of course he could. He always could, even when he couldn't. But this time, something inside him hesitated. A tiny voice, almost forgotten, soft, fragile, but real. I don't want to. The sentence shocked him, not because it was cruel, but because it was honest, and honesty had become foreign. His heart raced, guilt flooded in. What if they get upset? What if they think I'm selfish? What if they stop liking me? Fear whispered its favorite lie. If you disappoint them, you'll lose everything. But exhaustion whispered something stronger. If you keep betraying yourself, you already have. For the first time in years, he paused, not to calculate, but to choose. And he did something terrifying, something small, something simple, something revolutionary. He said, "No." Silence, awkward, heavy. The other person blinked, surprised, confused, almost offended, and there it was, the reaction he had feared his entire life. Discomfort. His body trembled. Old programming screamed, "Fix it. Explain. Apologize. Take it back." But he didn't, because something extraordinary was happening. For the first time, he wasn't acting. The world didn't end. No lightning, no catastrophe, just tension and truth. Some people pulled away, some became colder, some called him different. Some called him rude, but something unexpected also happened. Some respected him more, some listened more carefully, some finally saw him, because boundaries are the language of self-respect, and self-respect is magnetic. He began to notice a painful truth. Many relationships survived not because they were strong, but because he was silent. Many connections existed not because they valued him, but because they benefited from him. And the hardest realization of all, being liked had cost him his identity, so he rebuilt slowly, painfully, honestly. He disagreed, he declined, he expressed, he chose. At first, it felt unnatural, like walking with a body that had forgotten how to stand. Upright. Guilt still visited, fear still spoke, doubt still whispered, "Are you becoming selfish?" But clarity answered, "No, I'm becoming real." He learned that kindness without boundaries is self-destruction, that people-pleasing is not generosity, it's fear wearing a smile. He learned that being respected feels different from being liked. Respect is quieter, but deeper, stronger, cleaner, and most importantly, he learned that losing approval is sometimes the price of finding yourself, because the goal was never to be liked by everyone. That's impossible, exhausting, empty. The real goal is to be someone you don't have to escape from. So let me ask you something. Are people liking you, or the version of you that feels safest to show? Are you being appreciated, or merely tolerated as long as you stay agreeable? Are you building connection, or maintaining a performance? Because one day, if you're not careful, you may wake up admired, respected, liked, and feel like a stranger inside your own life. And that is the loneliest place a person can stand. But there is good news. Identity can be rebuilt, voice can be recovered, strength can be relearned. It doesn't begin with a dramatic transformation. It begins with something smaller, something quieter, something powerful. One honest sentence, one real opinion, one uncomfortable boundary, one no, not to reject others, but to stop rejecting yourself. Because the moment you stop living for universal approval is the moment your real life begins. And maybe, just maybe, the world doesn't need a more likable version of you. Maybe it needs the real one.